What I could do is just move that all up a little bit more so you can see it a little bit better. And now it should fit pretty much perfectly.
Thank you!
Hey everyone, there's the Techos, and yes, you're seeing this correctly. The next Solitaire print and play game design contest is currently on its way, and I will be covering it again. So this year I'm not quite sure whether or not I will be joined by my fellow YouTubers from last year, but I will definitely be trying to cover as many games as possible. Of course, I will not be able to cover all of them. Of course not. But I am aiming at releasing at least one playthrough a week. Today I think this is a little bit crooked here. Let me just correct that a little bit. Like this should be better, I think. And today I got Spearmint Island for you. This is pretty interesting. I just saw this game and I like the pixel graphics here. So you see, like, you have these pixel graphics, and that is pretty cool. And then I started to assemble all of that, and then it dawned on me, Spearmint Island. So mint is just because these are like mint-sized cards, like for a mint tin. They're like a little bit smaller than usual. You see that the sleeves are also not 100% fit here, but they are good enough. And that's just mint, right? Island and spare. I mean, it is just a mint version of Spirit Island. That's what I'm trying to say. And it works quite well. I will be setting up the game in just a minute, but just a little disclaimer. So I will show you how the game works today. I cannot, however, promise you that I will win the game because it is really tough. It's really tough. I think you only have 8 turns to actually finish the game, and it's really, really tough. But, well, without further ado, let me just quickly set up the game. And if I'm not mistaken, that should already be the entire setup. So you see that this is pretty much really Spirit Island in a very, very small format. So far it only supports 1 player as well, because that's a solo print and play game design contest. I'm not sure if there's anything planned for more than 1 player to make it cooperatively. Okay, so, and here we are. This is our game. What I could do is just move that all up a little bit more so you can see it a little bit better. And now it should fit pretty much perfectly. This is really complex, but let me just kind of guide you through what you see here. So here on the left, we have our fear card. Whenever we generate fear, just like in Spirit Island, then that marker goes up, and we want to generate as much fear as possible because this here determines our win condition. So the 1 means we need to have a maximum of 1 invader left on the island. And then we win the game. For 2, we need to have a maximum of 2, and 3, a maximum of 3, right? So that's pretty much how that works. Then we have our invader card. This determines where the invaders ravage, where they build, and whatever, and they will start building in the jungle here. In terms of story, it is that we are a spirit on an island. Today I will be playing the Shadow. And the Shadow will be trying to defend the island from invaders that suddenly invade our island, right? And they are ravaging, they're building, they're exploring. I need to try to decimate their numbers and generate enough fear. This here is our island. The white cubes is the number of invaders. So, for example, here in the sand, here on the sand, we have 3 invaders. Here we have 2 invaders. There's 1, none here, 2 there, and none there. Then we have these golden yellowish cubes. These are our natives. They can help us repel the invaders a little bit, but they also can be hurt quite quickly. These are our blight tokens. Blight is very bad. These come into play when the land is actually is hurt, right? So then we put a blight token on there, and as soon as we have used all 4 blight tokens, we lose the game. This here is our presence. This is our ghost. It still has a very small presence, but each round we can increase our presence by 1 on the island. And yeah, our presence can actually influence what happens on the island. Whenever we have no presence here anymore because we can be killed, then we also lose the game. All right, then this here is our spirit card. Let me just show you a little bit closer what that does. Just give me a second. I might have to work on the focus a little bit. Give me a second. So you should be seeing it a little bit better now. So it is a little bit hard to see here, but just keep in mind that this is still a work in progress, right? So we have our start land right there. Growth 1 means that we can grow with a distance of 1. So from sand here, we could go to wetland or to the other wetland. And then we have a special ability that whenever we place a presence, we can push a presence. That is really great. So we can actually really move a little bit more. That is great. And then we have a few special abilities. Here we can push an invader. Here we can earn 1 fear. Here can we do 1 damage, and here 1 damage in an adjacent land. This happens whenever we have these elements here. I will talk about those later. And here we have our drawing power at the top and our playing power. Drawing power means how many cards we can draw, combined with the numbers down here. And down here is how many cards we can play. So it does have quite a lot of similarities with Spirit Island, but I mean, this is just Spirit Island in a small box, right? And Spirit Island is an amazing game, by the way. If you haven't played that yet, I highly suggest you do. All right, let me just readjust the focus so we can continue playing. I think that should be good. Okay, so, and then also we have our power discard pile here. These are our 3 starting powers. We can always draw cards from there. At the moment, we can draw 1. We just combine both numbers, rightmost numbers of the 2 rows. And these are powers we can draw whenever we remove a cube from the top here. So that is pretty much what you see here. And I suggest we just start playing, right? So first we always have the spirit phase. So first we start with the growth phase. Growth phase means that first of all we remove 1 cube from the top or from the bottom track. I will at the moment... You know what? Because I think on the bottom track we don't get any more cards. So let me first take 1 from the top deck so we can actually draw some cards. Then we put the cube here. So now you see we have a +2 and a 1 here, which means that now, so first of all, because we took 1 from the top track, we can take the top 2 cards from the power cards here and choose 1 of them. So these here are minor powers. These can just be used in any way, so to speak. And if we use a major power, then we need to discard more cards from our hand in order to be able to play that, right? Exactly. So either we can 2 cards from our hand to use these major powers, or we can discard 1 play card. The major powers you can make out because they have 3 elements, right? All right, so let's see here. With this power card, we can push or pull up to 2 presences. That is not too bad. Or we can push or pull 1 blight. Okay, that's okay. Skip the next explore on this land. That is pretty nice. So the invaders won't explore. Exploring means that they gain in numbers. That is a really good one. And then we have here, place a presence and earn 1 fear. That is really strong as well. That is really good. And then we have place a presence. If land is a down, then move 1 blight. Okay, I see. I will take this one here. So what we do, whatever we take, we put here on our discard pile. The other one we put at the bottom of the deck, so it will not come again because there's just not enough cards we can draw. So we did that. And what we now do is finish our growth phase by placing that cube someplace here. We have a growth of 1, so we can either place it here in the sand, then we would have a double presence here, or we can go 1 into either direction. Actually, I think I will go... Let me see. I think I will go... I think we'll go into the wetland. And then I hope I can push like these a little bit out of here, or maybe do some damage. That's what I will try to do. Okay. And now I could push one presence some other place. You know, sand, there is none, no one. So let me just push that presence over there. So that should be working. Okay. Also, the rules are quite complex, but I'm hoping that I get all the rules right. At least I hope so. Okay, and now we can draw cards. So we see that I can draw 2 plus 1, right? Like the two rightmost numbers here. So that's 3 cards. I can draw those, and I can play 1 card. So let's see. Skip the next explore. The next explore would be great, just to slow everything down a little bit. I think that's what I'm going to do. Also, I could do 1 damage, but only if I have like a double presence, and I don't at the moment. So these double presences, they are called sacred sites. I think we have those in Spirit Island as well. 1 fear for each damage done so far. Okay, I will skip the next explore on this land. That is good. So the other cards are just discarded because I can't use them. Well, I could also place a presence, right? That would also be a thing, but you know what? No, let's just do that. So, and now we have the power phase, so I'm using my powers. We have these 2 elements here at our disposal. That's the leaf and the moon, but we can't use any powers with that. So now we will use our power. You see here we have a distance of 1. So I can use the power here, there, or there, pretty much anywhere except for the jungle. And it says skip the next explore in this land. So first of all, I will generate 1 fear. Sorry about that. I already had the cube on there because I was getting a little bit confused. But we have the cube on there now, which is really nice. Because we need to earn as much fear as possible. And then skip the next explore this land. So which land will I choose? Well, it will either be a coast, it will either be wetland, or it will be sand. So we don't know that yet. But it will probably be wetland or sand. So let's just use this land for that. So sand, right? And then we used our power. So now we will discard this card. And now the invader phase begins. Alright, that was a rather large cut because the church bells went off again. But okay, let's continue now with the invader phase. The invaders go through 3 stages in their phase. So first of all, they will ravage, then they will build, and then they will explore. So we don't have any action cubes on the ravage here, so they will not do anything. They will start doing that next round, and then they will build. So we look at that. That's the jungle, and in each jungle, the invaders are doubled, right? So 4 will be. Oh, sorry. I still had them up there, but they were here at 1 and 2. So the jungle is doubled, and also this jungle is doubled. So this one is up to 4, that is up to 2. Sorry, I had a few cubes on there because I already went through this phase, and then the church would start ringing, so I had to re-record everything. This is, yeah, it's always like that on a Sunday. All right, so we build, and now we have the explore action. For the explore, what we do is we shuffle these cubes here, and then we just take one by random. That's the yellow one, which is good because that's exactly the one I wanted to not let them explore there. Okay. So, and exploring means that as long as it is a source of invaders or adjacent to a source of invaders. A source of invaders is either a land that has an invader strength of 2 or more. That's the case here. And, or it is by the ocean. The ocean is up here, by the way. Only up here, right? So they would explore here. Exploring means they gain 1 cube, go up 1, but they don't because we, with our power, we said they won't do that. And here, this is adjacent to a source of invaders as well because there's 2 here. So this one will gain 1 invader like this. And that was already the invader phase. And now we push down all the cubes. So we had 1. They explored the sand, and now we push everything down here. So next round they will ravage in the jungle and they will build in the sand. All right, so I will take 1 from the bottom here, and then I will draw 3 cards again because the 2 rows here say 2 and 1, right? Let me just shuffle those again because I don't know if I did that last time. You see the card backs are like these spearmint kind of things. That's pretty funny. Okay, skip the next explore. I don't think that was a very good action. Place a presence and earn 1 fear. That would be pretty nice, actually. 1 fear for each damage. Well, I can't do any damage yet. Here we have for each adjacent land, push one invader into it if able. If any invader remains, earn 1 fear. Well, yeah. 1 damage for each presence beyond the first. That wouldn't be too bad. That would be 2 damage actually. Right? We could actually do 2 damage. Like, we could do 2 damage. Where could we do that? Well, we could push our presence in there, and then we could do 2 damage, for example, to maybe the jungle up there. Can we get? Oh, we can't get that far. No, we can't actually get that far because that would be pretty cool. Yeah. So what do we do? I'm not sure, and that's just 1 damage here. But we could. What did it? Yeah, 1 damage for each. That's not too bad. I think that's what I might do. So, let's put that here. And then these I will have to discard. So, and now hear me out. So now we can place that presence, right? I will place the presence here. And then our power says that after placing a presence, I can push any presence. So I will push that one over here. So now we have a sacred site here. So we can actually use that power. 0 means distance 0. I can only use it wherever the sacred site is. And then I do 1 damage for each presence beyond the first. That was the first one. We have 2 more. So we do 2 damage here. That is actually pretty good. Okay. So, and that was it, I think. Yes, that was it. So we will discard that again. I hope I didn't miss anything. Did I get a fear? No, I did not. So, and now we have the invader phase. Now they will ravage. Now they will do damage. This one will do 2 damage here. That means they do 2 damage to the land here. That means we have to put a blight cube here into the jungle. And because there's a blight cube, we now have to either destroy 1 native or 1 presence. I will, of course, destroy that native. Sorry about that, little guy. And then same thing there. Ravages in the jungle will do 2 damage. That's enough to hurt that land quite a lot. So that was the ravage, but there is nothing to destroy here, so that stays. But we already have 2 blights that are there. So next turn they will ravage in the sand. Here it's fine. Oh no, they will build there this round. That's pretty bad. So they will do damage there, and then we lose. So we somehow need to try to do something here, but I might go over there and see then what I can do. So I can move quite a bit with the shadow, which is great. Okay, so that was the ravage. Now we do build. So now they build in the sand here. That means they double that. So they have 2 here and they have 6 here. That's a lot. That is a lot. Okay, and then they will explore. So now we have something different here. So there is only 1 cube left. So what happens when there is 1 cube left? We take all of those again back to the left here. We push that card up. Because when this card is pushed up to 3, then further effects happen. Now we choose 1 cube at random where they will explore. Okay, that is the light blue cube. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but that's the light blue cube. So that's the wetlands, right? So they will explore the wetlands. And so we have 1 in the wetlands and we have 1 more here. Okay. So now we pull everything down. So the ravage will go to the wetlands and this one will go down here. Like this. Okay, so they will ravage in the sand next time. I probably can't do a whole lot here, but let's see if we can do something maybe here. Okay, so, and now it's the spirit phase again. I will take the bottom row here because I want to play more cards. So now I can play 2 cards, which is great. I can draw 4 cards. So let me take all 4 cards and choose 2 to play. So let's see. We can push presence and we can push quite a few things here. That is not too bad. That is not too bad. We can also push an invader and earn fear. Well, we could push something there, but what I really want to do is I want to do that thing again. Here, 1 damage for each presence beyond the first, because then we can eliminate those here completely. We could also eliminate those, but I rather want to eliminate these here. And then we can maybe also push something like this. That's kind of my idea now. I don't know if that's a good idea, but I just want to eliminate as much as possible. They will build on the wetland again, but I can go back there again. I think that would be okay. And also there is some card that lets me eliminate a blight. I think there is some card in here, so I might be able to get one of those at some point. Okay, so let's do it like this. I think that's a decent idea. This one I will put over here, and then I will use my power to move that one over here. That should work, right? Oh no, that won't work because I will have to push that. Well, then I will do it differently. Then instead I will put the 1 cube, I will put it here. No, that won't work either. I need to push that one over here and then also have that double presence. Okay, that won't work, what I want to do. That is not going to work. Can I do something else? Maybe the strong power? So I definitely want to do that here, because that with that one I will do 3 damage. That is great. This one here. That's better. Let's take this one here. That's fine. Yeah, let's take this one. That's fine. So now let me see which way I will do it. Well, I will do a lot of damage here, so it might, but it doesn't really matter what I do. So I'll put that here. I will move that over here, and then I can push one. I can push 1 presence. So I will push that presence over here, and then I will also earn 1 fear, which is good because we definitely have way too little fear here at the moment. So this one is done, and then we also do that one here. 1 damage for each presence beyond the first. We have 3 presences beyond the first, so will do 3 damage here. So this one is completely eliminated. There's nobody in the sand anymore here. And I hope I didn't forget anything, but that was already my turn. So let's take these 2 cards, put them back here, and then they will ravage in the sand, so nothing will happen here, but they will actually ravage here, and there will be another blight. And then they will build in the wetland, so 1 there and 1 there. Okay, so and now let's see where they will explore. Let's see, green. So they will explore in the jungle. So that means that they will double it here, and they will also double it there. Oh man, you see, like I can't really eliminate everything. This is really tough. So let's see. Okay, now we push everything down. So they will build there, they will ravage there. So they will ravage in the wetlands next time. So let's try to... Well, I can definitely eliminate those guys again here. That's definitely possible. But I will not be able to finish off these, and then the wetland will be destroyed with a blight, and then we lose. Well, let's see what we can do there. Maybe, well, I will have to destroy 1 there and 2 there, but that is not really possible, I think. Let's see what we can do. Okay, so now it's our turn. Do I want to play 3 cards, or do I want to draw more cards? I think first I want to draw another card. I mean, I want to play more cards. So now I can play 3 cards, which is pretty nice. So I just draw all of them because I can draw 5 cards, right? I only have 4. So we can play 3 now. So placing a presence would be fine, but then we would have to discard 2 cards. That is pretty bad. 1 fear for each damage done. That could be possible. For each adjacent land, push 1 into it. That's not so interesting. But maybe that. We can generate some fear. Here we can push again. That is not bad. And here we can do 1 damage beyond for each beyond the first. I think that's the best thing we can do. Well, we could, yeah, well, I think that's the best thing we can do. So let's see how we can do that. So I will, well, we can push we can push them here. So I will place my presence here. Then I will move this one over here. That should work. Then I will push this guy, one of those guys over here. Earn 1 fear for that. So this card is done. Let me just, well, I actually have another ace up my sleeve. So let's just say we used this one already. Let's put it to the right here, like this. And then we do 1 damage for each presence beyond the first. So that is 4 damage. So we do 4 damage right here. So this one is completely gone. And then we get 1 fear for each damage done so far in this turn in this land. So we did 4 damage. So we get 4 more fear. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we did that. We did all of those here. And what we still can do now is we have 2 fire elements here. And for 2 fire elements, we can do 1 more damage if we have a sacred site in there. We have a sacred site there, so let's do 1 more damage there. So that is pretty nice. So, and that was our turn. I hope I didn't forget anything. So let's put these back. And I think now we can play 3 cards. That's quite good. So now we should start building up our card pool. I think that would be pretty good. Okay, because I think if we remove the next cube there, we actually get 1 more element each round. I think a moon, so that would be good as well. All right, now it's the invaders' turn. So first they will ravage in the wetlands. So they will ravage here, nothing happens. They will ravage here. They do only 1 damage to the land, so nothing happens because you only add a blight token if they do 2 damage. But the invader actually strikes back and does 1 damage to the invaders, so that invader is gone as well. So you see, we actually got rid of all of these. Our big problem will be they will ravage in the jungle next, so these 2 will be an issue. I don't know if we can get rid of both. I don't know, because our presence is only here, it's very strong, but maybe we can pull. I'm not quite sure yet. Let's see how we can do that. Okay, so, and then they will also explore. No, they will build in the jungle. So they will double here, and they will also double there. Wow, that is a lot. Okay, and then they will explore. Let's see where they will explore. The sand again. Okay, so 1 there, but they will not explore here because it's not adjacent to the ocean, which is only up here, and it's also not adjacent to a land with 2 invaders, so nothing will happen there. So we are really safe down here at the moment, but we have a huge issue there because there are 3 blight tokens, and if 1 of them is added, and there will be 1 added there and 1 added there at the moment. So I don't know if we can still make it, but let's see. All right, so they will build in the sand next time and ravage in the jungle, and that will probably kill us. All right, let's take this one here. Because we took 1 from the top row, we can draw 2 new cards. Let's hope for a really good card that can really help us. Let's see. So what do we have? Pull 1 native and 1 presence, and if there are any invaders, then deal 1 damage. Yeah. Pull up to 2 presences or in natives, and then 1 damage per. Yeah, I don't know. Push. Oh, all power cards ignore range this turn. That could be interesting. Choose up to 1. 1 invader, native, presence, and blight on the island. Push each 1. Yeah, that does not. These do not help us at all. This is not too bad. Like, right, we can have a little more mobility, and we can also just do a little bit more damage. But I think we lost this round. There's no way we can win anymore. Which is pretty bad. So, well, yeah, we will take that for now. I don't know if that's gonna help us, but no, wait, that was the wrong one. This one here with the damage. Okay, so that works. So then we shuffle all these cards. And we draw. How many do we draw? 5? Well, that's all of them. We draw all of these cards. So, and then we put that one someplace. Well, we need something in the jungle there, but, well, we can push one more presence. We do damage. How much damage do we do? We can do 2, 4, 5. We can do 4 damage, which is not enough. Yeah, that's it. There's nothing we can do. Well, we can pull up to 2 presences. That is a strong power, but that could do something. Let's do this one, but then we will have to discard 2, but we can play 3 anyways only, so that's fine. This one is not really interesting. Let me put that aside. This would generate fear. That could be maybe helpful. This definitely that one. And also we could push maybe something else. And this one would give us another damage. I think I will do it like this. And these 2 I will discard. I mean, I will have to discard 2 anyway for that strong power here. Okay, I think like this we can do something. Man, it's really, really hot here. Okay, so what do we do now? Now we, now we place that presence over here. And then I will move this one there. Right? And then, let me think. And then we can use this power here. And we can pull up to 2 presences and or natives. So I will definitely pull that presence here. And maybe also pull that native there. Like this. So we did that, and then we do 1 damage per presence and or native. So we do 2, 3, we do 3 damage. So they still have 3 health. That's still not enough. Then this one here, I will definitely use that over here. So we do 1 damage for each presence beyond the first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we do 5 damage. So it's down to 3 as well. And then we use this one here, 1 fear for each done here. So that is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 5 fear. So you see our fear is almost at maximum now. If we could do 5 more fear, then we would actually instantly win, right? So I would need 1 more turn, and then I could win. The problem is I will not survive until the next turn. So, but we do have 2 fire here. That will grant us another damage. So let's see. So it doesn't really matter. Let's just do 1 damage, 1 further damage there. And then, by the way, we could have increased our fear 1 more if we would have done the damage first, right? Okay, but that is all we can do. And you see, we got them down quite a lot. So these are all empty. These 2 are down quite a lot, but that's all we can do at the moment because we don't have any further skills we can use. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So now it's the invader phase, and they will ravage in the jungle, so they will do blight damage there and also there, right? They will fight back and do 1 damage, but they will also die, and well, I would have to remove a presence here, and I'm pretty much done for now. So I think if I would have done 1 or 2 different moves before, then I could have actually moved my cube 4 more over there, because as soon as I put it on that skull here, that is maximum fear, and then we instantly win the game. That is similar to how you can do it in Spirit Island, but I missed to do that here. It was just pretty tough. But it was quite close. I actually could have done it. Right? Because building here in the sand, well, they would build here. Yeah, great. 1 more, whatever. And they couldn't have built here. Because doubling a 0 is still 0, right? So I think we did not do too bad. I think if I give this 1 or 2 more shots, I think then I would actually win the game. But yeah, that's it. That was my playthrough of Spearmint Island. Well, I don't have a logo. I only have the rulebook here. So that was my first Solitaire print and play game design contest game for this year. So as you might know, if you've seen my videos from last year, I usually don't get any reviews. That's not quite fair because this is still very, very early in development, right? And it's kind of unfair for this game that I feature it first because it didn't have as much time as the games I will cover later to refine everything. But I chose this game because it is pretty refined already. So let me just give you my first impressions instead of a full review. But I think it works quite well. This does give me the feeling of Spirit Island in a tin box. It really does. Of course, Spirit Island is much more varied. You have different types of invaders. You have villages. You have cities. You can't replicate that here, and I wouldn't want that, right? But you can kind of replicate that with the number of invaders. So everything is translated quite well, right? The build and ravaging thing, it works. The fear thing, it works. And also the number of invaders kind of reflects the villages and city thing. You can get new powers. The powers also work. And also we have different characters here. So I played with the Shadow this time, but now I completely messed up here. Now I messed everything up. But we also have like Thunder, and also we have Earth. So we have 2 more. And I mean, there is so much room for more powers, for more spirits probably, right? And they all have different powers. So it works really well, and I like it. I like the game. If there are 2 things or like a few things I would look at, one of them is I would take a look at the powers and see if you could make them maybe a little bit more powerful. At least some of them. I have the feeling that you're pushing a lot of cubes, but you can't really catch up with the invaders. You can't, because I destroyed everything down here because that was really critical, and now look how many there were, and I destroyed a lot there again, but you can't really do that. So yes, you can do it with fear, but I wouldn't want every game. I wouldn't want to have to win every game with fear, right? So I don't know, I haven't played the other spirits yet. I only know Shadow so far, but if I look here, they don't do a whole lot of damage either. You see, there's a little bit of damage, but not a whole lot. So there is not a whole lot of damage. So maybe have like one spirit that does more damage, like the lightning spirit in Spirit Island, for example. That one does like a lot of damage, and then you have one that moves a lot and whatever. Maybe you could have a little bit more variation there, or maybe I just didn't play enough of the game, but that's my impression at least, right? That's why it's not a review, just an impression. But make that a little bit more varied, a little bit more powerful, that would be great. The second thing is increasing fear is awesome. This really works. But there are rewards you get for increasing fear in Spirit Island, which really can give you the edge. And I think I would have liked like 1 or 2 situations where I could have gotten a little bit more of the edge, right? Like you see here, it's only 1 invader each missing, and then I could have continued playing, and I probably would have won. Then, right? And this, like, let's just say that I would have just gotten the edge with like a little boost in between, then I would have won. And for example, let's say you pass the threshold from 1 fear here to 2 fear. Why don't have like 5 cards in the game, or maybe 6 cards or whatever, 5, 6, 7 cards, whatever, or 4 cards, and these are like fear, reward cards, and you can draw one of them, and it tells you remove 1 invader from any land, for example, something like that, or maybe don't have these cards. Maybe just say, whenever you cross that fear one, you can remove 1 invader from the land, because the fear is rising and some invaders are going crazy and leaving the island. And imagine that would have been the case. Then I would have been able to remove 2, and this would have been exactly the 2 that would give me the edge to actually win this game. That would have been so amazing, an amazing feeling, because now I just sit here and think like, I think I did play quite well with everything I got, but somehow I was not able to win. And with that little edge, it would give me the little push, and I would have won, and that would have given me a great feeling. So maybe that's also something we could, the designer could think about. But that's pretty much all it. Everything else works really nice. I actually like the pixel art style here. I like that quite a lot. So I think that is done really well. I wouldn't change a whole lot. What I would change, but I think it was already mentioned in the thread, is just change the background a little bit, because the dark blue and the black, they don't really come out that well. It's better. It's a little bit better here, but still it's just a little bit too dark. Maybe do something there, because that is way too dark. This is already a lot brighter. So I almost think that he already changed that here because of the feedback, but maybe didn't do it here yet. I'm not sure. So that would be great if that could be changed, but otherwise I have no gripes. I like this game a lot. It works really well. It gives me that Spirit Island feeling just in a small box. The game takes quite a while to play, but I mean Spirit Island takes a while to play as well, right? But I would have only had 3 more rounds, I think, and then the game would have been over anyway. I think there's like 8 rounds you play, and I played now 5 rounds, so the game would have been over anyway pretty soon, because I would have shuffled these cubes again, and then I would have pulled 3 for 3 rounds, and then the game would have been over. So there's only one left over. Always one left over here before we continue to the next round. So yeah, great game. I really like it so far. I can't wait to see what happens with this game. So there's one more thing that I was thinking of. So this is a solo game now, but Spirit Island always has that asymmetry, right? And you have these different spirits, especially if you can differentiate them from each other even more, right? Make them a little bit more different even. It would be great if you could maybe find some way to play it at a 2 or 3 player count even, right? I mean, all you need is more cubes for more spirits, right? And you would need maybe a few more spirits, so you have some selection. But I think that would actually work quite well, right? But apart from that, great game. So if this game is ever developed further, not only during the contest, but even afterwards, and if there's actually a professional version printed of this, in like a mint tin, I definitely want a copy. Seriously. I'm definitely going to keep an eye out for that, because I think this is a really cool game to have in your collection, right? If you have like professionally printed cards, then they are thinner than my sleeved double cards here. So you could really put that in like maybe a larger mint tin if you add more spirits and maybe add a few more things. Maybe add a higher player count, maybe those 4 cards, or maybe not. And the rules and everything. But you could have like a higher mint tin for that. And then it would just be like a really small box, and you would actually have like a kind of a Spirit Island in there. That would be amazing, especially if you could like play it with 2, 3, or even 4 players. That would be amazing. So really cool idea. I'm really excited to see where this game goes. So I think that was a pretty successful start into this year's coverage of the Solitaire Print to Play Game Design Contest hosted on Board Game Geek. Alright, enough rambling for now. If you're still watching, thank you very much for doing so. I really appreciate that. If you enjoyed this video, that was a little bit crazy at the beginning, but then it went a little bit better as the video went on. If you enjoyed this video, why don't you let me know by liking, commenting, even subscribing? That would be wonderful. And if you would like to discuss board games with me and my community, so our community, why don't you head over to my Discord channel? You find the link in the description of this video, and it'd be great to see you there. It's already quite active there, and it's so much fun to finally be able to really be in contact with you. That would be great if you could join me there. And apart from that, thank you so much for watching. I highly appreciate that, and I will see you in the very next video. Alright, take care everyone, and cheers.